In the previous video, we understood the 4 types of parenting styles. Now in this video, I'm going to tell you why parents adopt some of these styles and what are the outcomes that we can see in children and adults because of these parenting styles. First, what research that we have done at Wellness Space and the research that is published globally shows that parents who themselves as children have been brought up by authoritarian parents tend to follow either authoritarian or the permissive and negligent parenting. Let me explain this a little bit in detail. So those parents who in their own childhood have been brought up with a lot of violence, discipline, punishments, threats, oftentimes believe that that is the way to bring up their children, and hence they unconsciously or consciously adopt the same parenting style, which is authoritarian style, towards their own children. And a few of these parents who found their own parents' authoritarian style very suppressive or very violent or abusive will now unconsciously polarize towards the completely opposite style, which is a permissive style of parenting, where they will believe that they will not let their children go through what they went through as children. And hence, unknowingly, these are the parents who will gravitate towards becoming very permissive or lenient parents. And then there are these adults who as children may have gone through a lot of physical, sexual or emotional abuse and a lot of trauma, may become emotionally numbed and disassociated, which makes them negligent parents as well. So all the 3 parenting styles, authoritarian, negligent and permissive parenting styles, are adopted by those parents who may have some sort of a childhood trauma in their growing up years. So these are the parents who have severe childhood trauma and they are now unable to adopt the authoritative parenting style, which is the most desired. There is a lot of research behind this also, but now we are coming to what each of these parenting styles does to the child. Let us first understand authoritarian parenting style. Here is whether this is the style where the parents are extremely authoritarian, controlling, they are using threats, punishment, violence to raise children, and there is only one-way communication. So the children who have been brought up with authoritarian parenting styles usually show high levels of anxiety and panic attacks. They have social phobias. They also show violent and disruptive behaviors with their peers and with their family members. These are the children who are prone to being very rebellious, or they can become bullies themselves. They are prone to aggression. They may also suffer from depression, loneliness, eating disorders, as well as addictions, because they may resort to addictions in order to cope up with the abuse. So authoritarian parenting style is linked to children who may have all these mental health issues, and this is based on the research that has been done on this. Now let us look at the uninvolved or negligent parenting style. Children who have been brought up by parents who are pretty much uninvolved or negligent in their upbringing are the children who will usually again grow up with social anxiety, low self-worth and confidence, loneliness. They may grow up with a lot of hopelessness and helplessness because the parents have not shown any emotional or physical support. These are the children who may be socially withdrawn. They may also suffer from loneliness, depression, poor academic grades and performance. These are the children who are more prone to self-harming and suicide behaviors. And young teen and preteen girls who have been raised by negligent or emotionally unavailable parents tend to also develop eating disorders and also issues like anorexia nervosa and bulimia. The third type of parenting style, which is the permissive parenting style, is where parents are friends to their children. There are no rules, no regulations, and the children have a free way in everything that they wish to do. Children who are brought up with such lenient, permissive parents usually grow up showing signs of being very entitled, very demanding and selfish. They have very little consideration for others. And they also have low levels of responsibility, which means that if they fall or fail, they will easily blame others and not their own selves for this. These are also the children who are raised by permissive parents who have vulnerability to poor mental health to mental health challenges. They may also indulge in high-risk behaviors or aggressive behaviors because they are not corrected by their parents. And they are also more prone to having company, to being in the company of young people or adults who are addicted to drugs or alcohol. These are the children who grow up with poor environmental mastery, poor adjustment, low responsibility, and low achievements. These are the kids who we call as spoilt, pampered, and entitled. And they believe that the whole world revolves around them, which also will give them trouble later on in their relationships. The last type of parenting style, and the most preferred one, is of course the authoritative parenting style, where there is a good mix of control and responsiveness. Research says that children who have been brought up by authoritative parents generally have shown a higher level of academic success. They have developed a higher level of competence. They have reduced test anxiety, better mental health versus children brought up by the other three types of parents. They are better protected against substance abuse. They have higher confidence and self-esteem and better emotional intelligence. These are the children who may by and large have better functional relationships with their spouses and their children as well. So this is how all the 4 different parenting styles are mapped out, and we now also know that what are the qualities shown by children who are brought up by each of these parenting styles. Do you want to also know which is your parenting style? If you wish to do, then you might want to fill up the questionnaire which we have shared in the link. Also, it is important to know that one parent may have a particular parenting style and the other may have the other parenting style. And we also need to know that your parenting style also depends upon your own childhood experiences and your own trauma history. So, I hope this video was useful. Do like, do subscribe, and do follow for more such videos on parenting and positive disciplining of children.